us down. So everyone stand up and fight in a crowd, on the same team, cause it's our right to be proud.
The same stars in the sky, looking at them, you know that they will not die. The stars in the sky, I've been looking at them, waiting and wondering why. The stars in the sky, I'll be looking at them, I might every night as I try. The stars in the sky, I am looking at them, holding on to you as I cry.
Are those the same stars in the sky, or do they change? Holding a rose to the sky, do they watch? Do they fly, step it up a notch? Are they deranged? It's just another blotch in the story in the rain. Rearrange, scatter the batter, just a metaphor for the latter that matters. There's nothing fatter than a platter that's battered, flatter than the world, doesn't matter, a hatter.
The same stars in the sky, looking at them, you know that they will not die. The stars in the sky, I've been looking at them, waiting and wondering why. The stars in the sky, looking at them, might every night as I try. The stars in the sky, I'm looking at them, holding on to you as I cry. The same stars in the sky, looking at them, you know that they will not die. The stars in the sky, I've been looking at them, waiting and wondering why.
So who do you think that you are? You gotta know that you've taken things too far. It's one thing to punish me for my sins, but don't make my children suffer, bring them down along with them. Now just look into my eyes, you gotta know that I'm sick of all your lies. You took away everything I've ever wanted with your lies, to rise with my kids and their mother under
the same stars in the sky. Looking at them, you know that they will not die. The stars in the sky, I've been looking at them, waiting and wondering why. The same stars in the sky, looking at them, you know that they will not die.
Monday on the mat. That's what Holy fucking shit. If I even went outside with this, it'd be destroyed. You guys picked this up on camera? This is intense. You can hear it probably better than you can pick it up. We already have flood problems in Merritt, and this is just gonna make things that much fucking worse. This is intense. It's like almost like a lake's coming down. Wow, that's a crazy fucking shit. I might have to stay home now. This is a flood. We're getting flooded right now. It's kind of scary, actually.
Updating you on the flooding situation in the central Okanagan now. A landslide has come down just south of Vernon in the Kilkenny Beach area, just below West Side Road. It's led to an evacuation order for several homes. No one was hurt in the landslide, but debris has damaged at least one home. Elsewhere around the region, multiple evacuation alerts and orders ended today. Flood watches are still in effect for some areas, as are a handful of water quality advisories. Our Tina Lovegreen has the latest from Kelowna.
Waterways are still full and saturated. That body of water right there runs right past a residence. And over here, there's as much water as these pipes can handle being pushed out this way. But under sunny skies, residents here have been spared from another beating. Emergency officials are still warning that there is significant snowpack that has to melt, but with cooler temperatures forecasted overnight, that big rush that they were expecting to be hit with has eased. But residents are told that they're in a holding pattern and that they shouldn't remove any sandbags or any other preparation that they've done. And for those returning home, emergency officials advise them to check the emergency website, which is cordemergency.ca, and to check if whether they're under a boil water advisory or a water quality advisory, because some people are. And as for the emergency officials, well, their eye is on Lake Okanagan, which is at full pool and approaching record levels. Predictions are that it will hit 343 meters above sea level. So tensions here may have eased, but the forecast for flood and watching for flood is still very much alive. Tina Lovegreen, CBC News, Kelowna.
Now, people in Merritt are also dealing with the aftermath of sudden flooding. Locals we spoke with today say they woke up early yesterday morning to water gushing onto their property.
My husband woke up about 4 in the morning and he could hear the water coming in, and it was just coming in over out on the other side of that willow tree. And so he came out and tried to see what he could do, and at that time he heard and noticed the sandbags at the driveway just collapse. And it just was like a rush, like a roar of water.
She says their entire garlic crop was ruined. Having lived in the Nicola Valley since the 1960s, she says residents in the region have often felt neglected without enough warning in advance.
Very frustrating, very mad. You know, you try your best, you help your neighbors and everybody pitches in, but if you don't know what's coming or how much they even think it is, I mean, they have to have an idea. It takes 6 hours for water from the dam, which is only 8 miles out of town, but the Nicola River is such windy. It takes about 6 hours for it to get down here. That's plenty of time for them to let us know something.
She adds they'd like better communication so they can have longer to prepare ahead of possible flooding. However, the regional district says it does post information online in addition to the watches and warnings that come from the BC River Forecast Center.
The same stars in the sky, looking at them, you know that they will not die. The stars in the sky, I've been looking at them, waiting and wondering why. The stars in the sky, I'll be looking at them, I might every night as I try the stars in the sky. I am looking at them, holding on to you as I cry.